Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Willie, and this is the encouraging word for today. Everything went back to normal, or did it? The problems were behind us, and now everything will be better. Remember, King Saul of Israel, was trying to kill David. David had a great victory against Goliath. He was loved by the people. He was the hero. He had no plans to take over Saul's place, but Saul had a jealousy inside and an anger. But Saul's son Jonathan loved David. They were best friends, so to speak. And so Jonathan decides to act as a go-between and bring them together again. So he convinces his father not to kill David. Listen to what happens. This is in 1 Samuel 19, verse 6 through 7. Saul listened to Jonathan and took this oath. As surely as the Lord lives, David will not be put to death. So Jonathan called David and told him the whole conversation, and he brought him to Saul, and David was with Saul as before. Everything's fine. Everything went back to quote unquote normal. After all, he promised not to do it again. He promised to do better. He promised to change, and they come back together. Have you ever said that? Does that sound familiar? I will never do that again. And then you go back and you do it again. It seemed like everything was all right. But true change only comes with deep repentance. Deep repentance. Saul had a superficial repentance, a surface repentance. And as a pastor, I've seen that in marriages where one spouse, say, is abusive, a husband to a wife, for example. And then they feel sorry about it, and they get back together, and everything seems okay until it happens again. Or someone who drifts away from God, stops coming to church, stops reading their Bible, stops praying, and then they feel bad about it, or someone calls them to come back, and they come back, and now everything's good again. But then they drift away again. Or someone says, I'm not going to drink anymore. I've had it. I'm at the bottom. I'm not going to do it anymore. Or I'm not going to lie. Or for myself, I'm not going to, when I get angry, say anything that hurts anyone. And then it happens again. Good intentions, listen, good intentions is not the same as repentance. Good intentions, everybody has good intentions, but the only thing that will really change sinful patterns, change our behavior, is repentance. Repentance happens when we have a sorrow, a deep sorrow in our heart for what we've done. Saul didn't have any sorrow. He was just convinced not to do it. But repentance, when we have that sorrow, wow, how can I do that? I don't understand. I have a sorrow. And it comes with confession. I confess I am the man. I do this. I was wrong. No confession from Saul. And then a hatred of sin is part of repentance too. I hate that. I don't want to do that anymore. I hate that. And then a turning away from it. Saul never dealt with that root, the root of jealousy and envy that led to anger, that led to him wanting to kill David. So focus not on your behavior, changing your behavior. Focus on your heart, changing your heart. And the good news is God can change your heart. And once your heart is changed, your behavior will follow along. So today, ask yourself, spend a few minutes examining maybe an area of your life. For me, recently, that was envy. and I examined, I saw the root, and I repented of that, and I'm free from envy now. So ask yourself today, examine what's causing distress in your life, and get to the root, and ask God to show you and give you a hatred for that, whether it's lust, envy, alcohol, controlling people, whatever it is. Ask God to give you a hatred. And He loves you so much, He will give you a hatred for that sin. And then, my friends, we will have lasting life change. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we're going to have another message, and the message is, this is important, breaking destructive cycles. So God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.